Her investigation has now turned into a homicide investigation. That's after the Orleans coroner confirmed 64-year-old Larry Williams, whose lifeless body was found inside a shed after it caught fire, actually died from a gunshot wound. WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor spoke to one man who may have been the last person to see Williams alive. Shay?
That's right, Stella. Now, Errol Manuel tells me that he was actually with Williams on the night in question. He tells me that they were watching a football game inside of the shed that he refers to as a man cave that pretty much sits behind the home where Manuel stays. Well, at some point, he tells me that he went back inside of the home where he lives, and the rest from there is a mystery.
I went to the bathroom and I got a glass of water and I seen that flame there. But then I just run out the house.
Errol Manuel says he was with his friend Larry Williams on the night Williams died earlier this month, even making the phone call to officials about the shed where he'd just seen his friend being fully engulfed in flames. His hope was that Williams wasn't still inside.
I thought he had left and went home. See, I thought they had went and left home, but I seen his car out there.
That's where NOFD would later find Williams. Coroners confirming this week he actually died from a gunshot wound, not the fire. Manuel says the news is shocking to him.
It was a gunshot wound. That was some sad stuff. A gunshot wound. I thought the gun had went off in that fire there though, but that was some foul play there. I imagine, you know.
Toya lives 2 houses down and says the whole neighborhood is now up in arms, knowing someone who knew Williams possibly took his life.
He was such a nice guy. You never want to know that one of your neighbors' lives ended in that manner. Bad enough the house was on fire. I mean, like a furnace.
Williams was known as a nice guy with a love for the Saints. Manuel says from time to time, Williams would stay inside the shed that sits directly behind the home. The space described as a man cave, where neighborhood friends would watch football most Sundays. It's what he was last seen doing on the night the shed caught fire. Now family and friends left with more questions than answers. So far, police do not know what led to the shooting or blaze that started. Now, I'm told tomorrow Williams will be laid to rest. And as far as the investigation goes, as we said earlier, it's now being investigated as a homicide. With that being said, if you do have any information that could lead to an arrest, you're being urged to contact Crime Stoppers at 822-1111. Reporting live from NOPD headquarters in Mid-City, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.